Breaking news, this is a big story. I told you, everybody that bet me this, South Carolina, I told you. The CEO of Westinghouse, oh, he's going down. I said, no, he won't. Guaranteed they're the untouchables. Nuclear. So this is breaking news. Ex-CEO won't face charges in nuclear fraud case. The former top executive, former Westinghouse CEO, subject to the investigation, blah, blah, blah. He's supposedly going to turn evidence. He stole billions of dollars. Not to be confused with the Savannah River, Georgia. That's a whole nother $29 billion of Riva, Chicago Bridge and Iron they got away with. You know, by the way, Westinghouse went bankrupt, took down Toshiba with them. Who bailed out? Yeah, Toshiba, the oldest company in all of Japan. The World Bank bailed out Toshiba. So let's get to Ohio. First Energy's Law Center for Corruption probe protects it from taxpayer. It's called Price Anders. It does. It protects them. You can't do anything. So they go after the legislators. The legislators, there was bribes. I was heavily involved. I mean, they Lindsay so bad they had to quit. We all got threats. You know, we're trying to fight it. All starting in New York with Status King Cuomo. In New York, they don't get enough of the international subsidy, the IAEA. They don't get enough at the federal subsidy, which is the Department of Energy. You take the government subsidy, which is, they subsidize 13 industries, you times the other 12 by 12 by 12, you still don't get close to the subsidies for nuclear. Price Anderson, Price Anderson, Price Anderson. So, and you wonder why the Browns could never win a game. Energy Solutions, the taxpayer card, they bribed it, they thieved it. So let's go back to the Ohio case. So I was heavily involved in that. And it's unbelievable. So what happened is, when it happened in New York, I was the only one fighting it. I was fighting it tooth and nail in Albany. I'm like 7.6. So the 3 reactors upstate were slated to close. 9 Mile Island, which is 3 times worse than 3 Mile Island, Gianni, and Fitzpatrick. So they were slated to close. I mean, Exelon rolls in and buys them for pennies on the dollar. All of a sudden, Status King Cuomo just hands him $7.6 billion in taxpayers out of nowhere. No vote, no nothing. Just stole it, looted it out of the so-called clean energy fund. Just stole it. Just handed it to him. And nobody resisted in New York. I'm like, what the hell? This is not 7.6 million, 7.6 billion. So I'm like, they get away with this. Every state's going to do. So they started going house to house, state to state. They're going to have a bake sale at your local PTA. So they start going to every state. They go to Ohio, and we're fighting them. Oh, we're fighting them. I got threatened. I got texts that were threatened. Lindsay got so threatened that she had people on her property, the whole thing. Followed her. She had to move out of state. You know, that's why everybody's quit this fight. They don't play nice. I mean, they slander us all over the internet. You name it, they do it to us. Well, they get busted. The FBI in Ohio busts them. They get them. I'm like, oh, yeah, they got him. We got him. So Larry Householder, the Republican House chair, gets busted. 3 other of them gets busted. One of them has committed suicide in Florida. Householder's going to go to prison for a long time. They all are. So I'm like, well, what about the bribees? The bribers, 90 million. The bribers, this is what happened to them. $230 million fine. And they're like, So why do you think they do it? And it says it right here. Here it is. You can just read the article. I'll post them. They all know this. It's called Price Anderson. It's called the Immunity Act. They can do whatever they want. Why do you think they keep doing it? Gates going to build one no, he's not, in Wyoming. Free money up front. New Scale in Idaho. Free bazillions, gazillions. And by the way, New Scale is a Ponzi scheme. And I'm the guy that outed that in the original days in 2011. Here he is, right here. New Scale was started by that Ponzi scheme. That's the original funding. He went to prison for 70 years, supposedly, the guy who gave him the money. Yeah, but they're still at it. It was started as a Ponzi scheme. It's all fairy tales. I mean, people need to wake up. So, in Ohio, 4 of the legislators going to prison. 1 committed suicide, but the bribees, nothing. Nothing. I mean, it's unbelievable. I bet everybody down there, I'll be sending it to them. They're like, no, Blanche, he's going. I said, that Westinghouse, yeah, I guarantee they won't. They're the untouchables. I call them the untouchables. I mean, I proved the fraud here in Utah at New Scale. Catch him under that. Videos all over. FBI has them. The slander they hired to attack Kevin Blanche while in critical condition. The Ohio case, they attacked me like a wolf, threatened me. You know, in the Ohio, in Illinois, same thing. You know, they don't, I mean, this is the nuclear energy crime syndicate. So, here you go. Ewoks. No wonder the Browns can never, I mean, talk about criminal. They steal and loot the money and then name the Browns Stadium after themselves. First Energy with the taxpayer in Ohio's money. No wonder the Browns can't win a game. Same in Utah. Energy Solutions. Arena. No wonder Stockton alone could never win a game. A championship. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I guess they'll find her Gilder, put her in a Martha Stewart freaking thing for 6 months, and she come out and get her own show on The View. I mean, it's incredible what's happened to this. What was the tax rate, kids? Just 20 years ago on these. Do you ever get a society where we worship these billionaires who pay no taxes while we're struggling our ass off? We're there. Oh, we love it. Bill Gates. Bill Gates never invented anything. He stole the operating system right here in Utah. Unbelievable. They pay zero taxes and we worship them. They just loot and steal. Price Anderson. I mean, it's unbelievable. I told you he wouldn't go down. The tax rate on corporations and these people was 38% just 20 years ago. What was it in 1980? 98%. For this very said reason. I mean, it's never enough for these sickos. So, Ohio's come around and says, we don't have to pay back. I remember Stephen Bechtel being on the Hill, and they says, you were paid to put up triple liners around the water tanks at Hanford. How come you didn't? We just didn't. Because there's nothing you can do to us. It's your fault, Congress. And you threw it right back on them. You're the ones that re-up Price Sanders for another 20 years in 2025. The Immunity Act, we can do whatever we want. That's what they said. They all know it. Gates knows it. Musk knows it. New Scale knows it. They all know it. Here's the difference on New Scale, Utah. They got money out of the ratepayers. It's so criminal. And I've done so much dirty. I've done the work of 1,000 investigative journalists. And I was thinking about this morning. I get no credit. I live in absolute. I don't even have a decent car. They slandered me all over the internet. Attacked me. Why I'm in critical condition. Why I was in critical condition. By the way, I'm going to make a book out of just this. My storage shed I use, Facebook. These are just pictures of me protesting all over the world. There's some incredible pictures there. These are the ones I like. This is the book I'm going to make right here. God, Diablo. The Enola Gay hanger holding the paper crane in my hand. They presented to me from Japan. Albino redwood. My style jetty work. Remember when I did that physical graffiti stuff there? Shirtwaist Fire. God, I think about it. Remember those protests in Times Square? Central Line with them in Vienna. Me and Matea Benjamin. Code Pink. That's her and I together. Man, I go on and on and on and on and on. I get no credit for any of it. Vienna. The Blanche Box. I get no credit for any of it. I've done the work of 1,000 million miles march. Wow. Incredible, this journey. Trump Towers protesting. God. What a journey. What a journey. Rakakayiki, all the work I did on her, Enola Gay, the Olympic boycott with the Chinese Tiananmen Square activists in Times Square in the cage, my marine biology work, my San Onofre work. It's staggering. It's staggering. I mean, there's Helen Caldecott and I together inside the Utah State Capitol. God, I think about the body of work I have walking to Diablo Canyon, protesting there. Unbelievable. Million miles more. I mean, I go on and on and on. Peace Vigil. Holy shit. Enola Gay hanger. The people I've been involved with. I mean, walking the entire coast of California while in critical condition. My dresses in the bone marrow transplant center, dying of AML leukemia 10 years ago. What a journey. Like the night. Oh, how about those? Before and after marine biology work. It's staggering. Not to mention my salmon work. Yeah, it's incredible. Protests at the MoMA. Remember that? Strict Vice, Fox News protest. Frida Meisenblau and I together. What a journey, man. Her and I fighting for our lives together. Yeah. Santunet. He walks.